We are back for another long one, and I do have a quick, announcement sort of thing before we get too into it. And that is, I'm going to transition to Stardew videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. And Tuesday, Thursday, I'll do probably just Pokemon for a while, and then maybe other stuff. And I made a post about it, or I will make a post about it, but I wanted to just mention it real quick. But anyway, we are going to the Caverns today. It is a good luck day, or best luck. So we don't really have a lot of chores to do today that are super necessary, even though I know where everybody's going to be today. I'd rather use the day for money and more mines dives, so that's what we're going to do. And then tomorrow we'll do some more of the more Errand style stuff. And so it's a little bit longer of one today, but nothing too wild. And I think this Caverns run is one of the better ones. It's not, maybe we haven't gone that many times yet, but this one's pretty good. And it will make it so our week can be a little more relaxing. I know I was saying money is becoming a little bit more of an issue, but it's still not that big of an issue, so still kind of taking it easy in that regard. I think summertime is going to be the bigger challenge, just trying to squeeze out as much stuff as possible. Right off the bat, we have a diamond, 2 diamonds, and a prismatic shard on the first floor, so that's pretty good. It's pretty decent luck overall, I would say. And so yeah, this is a run I didn't want to reset immediately because I was already such big good luck stuff, and Rabbit's Foot is huge too. And I think this is the first run since we actually equipped the Burglar's Ring, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll actually start killing some mummies so we can start getting solar essences and cloth and other stuff the mummies drop, and actually get a little bit more value out of it. I never really liked sacrificing bombs just for the mummies, but now it's a bit more worth it. The only thing we're missing, I think, is level 9 combat, which will allow us to use explosive ammo, which is something I'm not super good at using anyway. I'm not really good at the slingshot, and I think part of that is just because of how the controller is a little slower to use. But I don't know. Either way, we're up to floor 130 and it's only 8 p.m. so that's pretty decent. And we still have a little ways to go, so we'll probably hit over 300 iridium today. And I guess that's a pretty fat chunk of change. What is that, 60 bars or something? I wish my math, I don't know why my math skills, it is 60. So it's 90 grand. It's a little short of what we need. I was watching Habu do his run. He's doing something super similar to this. And he got 800 and some iridium in one day. So that you can tell the difference between somebody who's actually good at the game when they do the same stuff. But yeah, his run is pretty cool. It's worth checking out. It's the same thing, but he did, he slept the full first year and didn't give himself the extra time. And on top of that, he also is going Joja, which is a little bit different. I think it's a lot easier, because I think the community center is what slows us down the most. By going the Joja route, I think friendship stuff might be a little bit harder, but everything else is way easier, because you can finish the Joja quest line basically in spring. So he can be done with everything by summer 1st. He can be on Ginger Island, if not sooner. So that'll be one major difference in his run versus mine. That, and he's super good at the game. That's probably the biggest difference. So yeah, I don't know how many prismatic shards we got. A pretty good chunk, I would say, but I'm not entirely sure. I wish I could pull up my inventory. But I know we got at least 2, which is pretty nice. We'll start using those as gifts sooner than later. And this is a bad situation to be in right now. So it's a little bit early, but I'd rather escape now than die. So I don't want to risk losing like a huge stack of iridium or my sword. And if I die, I just reset anyway. I almost never keep a run I die on. I think that would be hard for me to do a Stardew Valley run where I don't reset any days. Even on like a casual playthrough, if I die in the mines, I will reset. Just because I don't... It's such a harsh penalty when you do die. So, I don't know. I just don't deal with it. But that pretty much does it for today. We got, some decent stuff. Rabbit's foot will be nice. We can either give it to... I think we already gave it to the truck dude. I don't remember. Or we can just turn it in the community center. So that'll be nice to have. I guess an artifact, nothing major. That ring, I probably don't need. It's like the immunity band. It's not really worth it. So I'll just trash it. And that's about it. It's noisy in my house again today. I mentioned this before, but like my sink I have is super old and drips. And so it requires like a special part to order to fix it. It's like, I don't even know how old it is. I guess it's probably... My house is 100 and some years old. I think my stove is from like a 1950s thing. It's weird. And the sink is probably from like the 30s or something. So yeah, it's all messed up. And now it drips and it is driving me absolutely nuts. So that's what that noise is. I thought I would have it fixed this week, and it just didn't happen. So I'm sitting on 7 prismatic shards right now. That's pretty good. Like, I'm pretty comfortable starting to transition those into gifts. I'll need some later on when it comes to what is it called? The forging in Ginger Island, but for now I don't. So I'll just use them, and they're easy to get. Once you start getting a lot of them, I feel like it's really easy to get them, so that's where we're at. And that's, like I said, wraps up for the day. I passed out on accident, so I'll lose like $40, but it's not a huge deal. But today, our luck is not super good, so we are just going to take this as our second day to do all the gifting that we missed, or all the second gifts, and just another run-of-the-mill errand day. Like I said, there's a lot of these, and they will become less and less as time goes on, but for now it's just a little heavy with errands. I'll try to do a few more tappers. Man, I got a lot of cherries and 2 apples, which is huge. Getting those 2 apples is actually really nice. And we're currently doing like that omelet quest for Gus. So we're going to sort of finish half of that. And as well as do the gifts, like I said. We're going to plant a bunch more trees. And we'll get a new quest since Monday the new ones came out. Fix the bridge on the beach. Oh, we didn't get the ring yet. Okay, so today we'll grab the ring. And just grind out some monsters. I forgot we didn't grab the ring yet. But that's alright. That run yesterday could have been a little bit better. So when I say finish Gus' quest, kind of, it's because I already have 24 eggs I can put in his fridge, but I haven't technically picked up 24 eggs, so only half the quest will complete. So technically it won't be until tomorrow that we complete it, but we can complete the delivery side so that in the morning I can just grab 2 eggs and the quest will be checked off. And that's not that big of a deal. And as far as like new quests go, I think we're hoping for pretty much any of the recipe quests. So things like Robin's Resource Rush. Dang, I know Demetrius has one for a computer, for the farm computer. The wizard ones I think we're already done with. So I don't know, we're looking for any ones that give a recipe, basically. And so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just paused. Whoops. But yeah, so hopefully that's the case, and whatever it is, we'll actually like have to do it. And hopefully it's not something terrible. I know sometimes like Demetrius can give you the fishing one, aquatic population or overpopulation or whatever, and that one kind of sucks because it just takes a lot of time, and if it's a rare fish, it takes even more time. So that would be probably the least ideal one. Like Robin's Resource Rush is perfect because it gives you the chest recipe, which I really like, the stone chest, and it's easy to knock out in a day. Like no matter what it is, it's either wood or stone. So, but this is where I'm going to plant a new acorn forest or oak forest with acorns, and I'm doing it kind of sloppily, but I mostly just want to get these things in the ground so I can get tappers on them eventually, and then eventually also harvest them for wood if I need to. So I'm not going to fertilize them, which may not be the best idea, but at least they'll be growing kind of in the background while I do everything else. And I just don't have enough fiber right now to make a ton of fertilizer, so not a huge deal. But it'll be better than what I did last time, which was just that little section on the farm, which wasn't really worth... Well, it was worth it, obviously, but it wasn't enough. So hopefully this makes up for that. I think my kegs are still my biggest problem. Like I'm going to end up being in a rush against time for the giant clock. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not with Ginger Island, but I don't know, we'll see. That's my only like remaining worry. Because I know the Leo thing, like it'll be hard to become friends with Leo, but I know it is doable, and we can easily do it as long as we pay attention. So that is the last thing that's in my control that I can mess up. And that's not a bad quest. It's a flounder for Harvey, if you didn't see it. And so I can usually fish up a flounder pretty fast. It's a relatively common spawn in the ocean. So Harvey is like one of my lower friends right now, so it might be a good idea to knock that out. And yeah, just kind of making my rounds. I'm sure I'll pause at some point and we can take a look at where our standings are. But I think we're doing pretty well, especially with like George and Evelyn. They pick up really fast, I feel like. I skipped a cutscene, which I probably shouldn't have. I think that was... I wonder who that was. That might have been the Penny George one? I don't know. I skipped it, so whatever. I skipped so many of them. It's just a bad habit, you know? And then, yeah, this dance class is nice today because I can gift everybody at once, basically, and just move on. I'm trying to think if I have... The other thing I wish I did is write down better notes. And someone gave me, like, good advice that the YouTuber Wickety Chickety does, where they kind of record a voiceover as they play, and then go back and, like, re-record it, essentially, later on, so they don't have to, like, try to remember what they did on this day. And that would really do me some favors. And I guess I'm not giving Gus... Oh, I am. Okay. I am giving Gus a gift, because I am really... I always forget that Gus needs stuff, too. And these pancakes I will pick up, because I think Jody likes pancakes. And even though she's pretty easy to gift, I might as well use those. They're cheap, you know, it doesn't matter. And I'll give Gus a salad. Because he tends to be, like, I don't know, relatively low on my friendship too, just because, like, he opens at noon and you have to walk all the way around his counter to talk to him. That's basically why I don't talk or don't interact with him. So here it is. Yeah, we got aquatic overpopulation and we got halibut, which is sort of the worst of both worlds. Halibut aren't super rare, but they only spawn in the morning and the evening. So it might not be too bad if I just like go to the beach and fish at the end of the night and try to knock it out in one go. So maybe that won't be too bad. I don't think halibut are that rare. And then we just repaired this so that we can get some community center stuff and some stuff to sell for the shipping completion. And eventually we'll have to go over there when it rains so I can marry somebody. And of course visit Willie, who I've been reminded has a few friends, one of which is Clint, which is kind of a bummer because I don't really like Clint that much. And he also goes to the bar, so he probably socializes up there, and potentially with Elliot too, so he's not as lonely as I pegged him to be. But I still wish he was around a little bit more. Or if he would just like hang out at your farm, I'd be fine with that. And then speaking of Clint, we'll go give him some junk. And I think he'll be done like really soon here. And all the kiddos. That song ended really abruptly. Oops. The kids I still think are the hardest to gift, even though they like most stuff. I just always forget to grab their actual gifts, you know? Oh, goodness. And Pam. I forgot to buy Pam beers and keep the... oh, here we go. There's a quick list, I guess, of all the people. So if you want to pause there, feel free to see who is in the top of my standing. I was just checking to see if I had actually given Pam a gift or not. And then I'm organizing my inventory for a little bit here. And this song, this is a creepy one. This is like another Junimo Kart song. So I feel like most people don't hear them very often, but they're usually a little bit more like jauntier, you know? This one's a little spooky, I guess, which makes sense because it's called Ghastly Galleon. But yeah, we're gonna go do a little bit of monster hunting, I guess. Try and knock out a few more of the goals. I think we want to do like duggies, bugs, and maybe like rock crabs and slimes today, as we can throw on that monster musk and then just kind of farm different floors over and over again. And we can also knock out some void spirits too. It doesn't really matter at this point, we just have to get it done. And since our luck isn't amazing, we should be able to encounter quite a few monsters, though it doesn't really look like it. And I don't usually use like coffee during these, but I'm also getting to the point where coffee is not running out very fast. So I can start like wasting resources a little bit more without having to feel guilty about it. So yeah, I started doing this. Like that was an infested floor, so it seemed promising. And then I remembered I have to go get that ring. And I'm really glad I remembered this, because that would have haunted me for so long. I already waited this long, so yeah, it's nice to get it. And now we'll be able to actually do the thing I was saying of hunting those mummies more effectively. And then yeah, here we go, just burning through some monsters. We also need, I guess those squid kids are valuable because we need squid ink. We might have a little bit of squid ink, or just one at least, but I think we need 2 total. And we might need to sell one as well. Oh, here's another this is a really good infested floor. So this one I should be able to knock out like duggies, rock crabs, bugs, and slimes potentially. So I'll just reset that floor instead. It makes way more sense. Especially because I can one-shot these dudes. And that one dropped a diamond, which is pretty cool. Especially for a not good luck day. This is my favorite. Oh, I got one of the goals. I think that was for insects. But yeah, that's one of my favorite floors for farming. it's so quick to reset, and it's just nice. And we could also spend some time farming Dougies for yam drops, because we'll need a yam from them for the fall crop bundle. And I think we still have to grow an eggplant no matter what, even with the traveling cart. So it doesn't really matter, but it'll be nice to get a yam early. Man, I almost never leave any silences in. Sometimes I'm just watching, but I'll usually like edit them out and go back and say something. I need to get these dudes too, because like coal price is going to be a problem. It's not double. I thought coal was doubled in the second year, but it's actually just 100 gold more. Wood and stone are both doubled, but coal is normally 150 and now it's 250. So it isn't quite as dire as I thought it was, but it is still pretty expensive. But yeah, this is just another solid night of grinding. Oh, that's sync. That's driving me nuts. It's one of those, like, I don't know if that kind of thing bothers you or not. Just like a slow, steady drip that's not, it's kind of irregular. So it's not like a, it's not, I don't know, like for some reason it doesn't drip regularly, which is what makes it the most annoying to me. I don't mind like a white noise of a fan, because it's consistent, you know? And in fact, I really need that kind of thing to sleep. But if it's inconsistent, then that's what really gets me. And that's what's happening in this case. It's like every once in a while, it sounds like it stops. And then all of a sudden, it sounds like the sink is just like on. It's really weird. And I should know how to fix that. I do know how to fix it, I guess. But I don't, like, one, I don't have the main part I need. And I can like temporarily fix it, but it will just waste, it'll essentially waste a gasket, which is pointless. I was about to explain what's wrong with my sink, but I don't think that would be very interesting information, but I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pretend like it's not happening. I don't know what I'm up to yet now. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do what I said. I'm gonna go fishing. So I think I just need 10 halibut. Oh, maybe not. I tricked myself. What am I doing? Gifts. All right. I'm doing something smart. Oh, I'm spending my money. Aha. Okay. Spending my money so I can pass out fishing. Smart stuff. This is good stuff. But yeah, so I think I need 10 halibuts. They're not super, super rare, and they're somewhat valuable. And I still need level 10 fishing. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But I am going to just shallow cast, because time is more of an issue now than money. And so I'll speed this up because it is just fishing. But hopefully I get, I don't know, half the fish would be nice. And we can just knock the fish out on another day. Or even one. I think this is a halibut. Yeah, so we get at least one. You kind of start being able to recognize them by their patterns. But halibut's one of those ones that I don't catch often enough to recognize the pattern right away. But yeah, we'll catch a few. Get some treasure chests along the way. And then maybe next episode, maybe we'll knock this out. I'm not sure yet. We'll probably find out in a second. Because I'll add in like the next week's title screen. And sometimes I say what I'm doing next time. But basically next time it's bad luck. We'll knock out whatever halibut we need. And just so we can put this behind us. 2 out of 10, so that's not terrible. Oh, and we never got the flounder. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. If luck is bad. Flounder, halibut. Ooh, level 5 farming. I've never done rancher. I always really want to. I want to do like a ranching or coop only farm, but I don't know how to like bankroll the first coop or barn. That's the problem. I'd have to cheat one in or play normally, I guess, for a few days. I don't know. But yeah, next time I think we're gonna do all the halibuts. So I will see y'all then. Later.